Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Special treat today. We got longtime head men's basketball coach at Oregon Tech, Danny Miles, 45 years plus, 1,000 wins plus. We have him on. And then we're going to have Brevin Sloup, All-American out of Concordia. Everybody knows the mayor. You're going to enjoy that conversation as well. Buckle up. Cascade Hoops Talk starts right now. Cascade Hoops Talk, produced in the shadow of the beautiful Cascade Mountains and bringing the world NAIA basketball. One podcast at a time. You know, maybe 10 days, 2 weeks ago, Danny Miles came up to me at a basketball game and he said, "Hey, I'd like to be on the show. There's a couple things I really want to talk about." This is when the gambling stuff was just starting to really hit ahead. He's really concerned about certain things, especially prop bets. And it was kind of funny because I think the day of, or maybe the day after we did this interview, this story comes out about all these players around the NC2A admitting, or I don't know if they all admitted, but anyway, they were covering lines. They were ensuring prop bets were met. That's what Danny's going to talk about. And he's just very concerned about a couple other ideas he wanted to share as well. Danny Miles, in my world, when Danny Miles speaks, you listen. Danny Miles, 45-year Oregon Tech head coach, well over 1,000 wins.
Cascade Hoops Talk, this is Billy D. Hey, I got Danny Miles here, longtime basketball coach at Oregon Tech, still keeps his fingers in the mush with student athletes and NAIA basketball, and really you have a real passion for the student athlete, don't you?
Well, yeah, it's been my life. You know, I got to coach 45 years here at Oregon Tech, and then since then, even during that time, I got to coach overseas for 13 summers in France and several other countries, and work with a lot of kids. And now in my value point system, I think there's well over 800 teams that use the Oregon Tech. My value point system, and then I try to do some of their stats for them, send to them after ball games, and let them know. And they kind of want to know how it works. A lot of times in our value point system, people will buy it, but they don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important that they understand how best to use it.
Yeah. So today, or the other day, you came up to me right after some of this gambling stuff came out, allowing college kids to gamble on games and such. And you were pretty upset, or not upset, but you were concerned. And you said, "Bill, I'd like to come on and maybe talk about it." Just talk in general. When you heard that, what were some of the thoughts that went through your mind?
Well, the thing is, the NIL now is a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these kids some of them are getting $1 million a year to play college basketball. Yep. And my big concern is these kids some of them are 17, 18, 19 years old and got a pot full of money for the first time. And they say basically 18 to 24-year-olds, I know when I was 18 to younger years, we make some decisions that aren't real good sometimes. And I just think the gambling thing is getting out of hand. And I think prop bets are just very worrisome. I think if you tried to throw a game, there's too many people involved, and it's easily.
What do you mean by prop bets?
Well, prop bets are bets like you hear about it all the time. Over or under.
Oh, okay.
Over or under 10 points. In other words, John Smith, if he gets over 10, you win the bet. If he gets under 10, and to me, it's you look at a lot of kids. Maybe you're 3 roommates, and the guy thinks, well, heck, if I only get 6 rebounds tonight, maybe I can help my buddies get a couple $100. And that's scary. And I think it's sad that college basketball is using prop bets, and it's tough enough as it is anyway. Yeah. And now in the professional, there's guys that make all kinds of money. They're getting caught up in this stuff, and saw in baseball the other day, guys were betting on number of pitches in a ball game, well, it's just something that you just don't want to see happen. And I hate the prop bets in college basketball.
I know a number of years ago, as a young guy, maybe even a little bit before I was born, that college basketball got in real trouble with some gambling, really hurt the game. some point shaving.
Yeah.
It's happened and now the NBA is going through a big issue with the gambling accusations. It's not uncommon for these major sports to have problems with it. I think in your mind you just feel like maybe they're inviting some problems.
Well, that's why I think college basketball, and now they have a new rule where college kids can bet on the pro games, you know, and
that just passed.
Students and stuff, and the access now to betting is so easy for anybody, young kids to be betting, but I think the prop bet thing is really scary.
Yeah. I know that you and I were talking, we were just sitting here talking a few minutes ago. I know there's a couple other things you'd like to maybe look at in college basketball.
Well, one of the things in college basketball that's been, or the sport of basketball, if you're a grandparent or a parent, you go to watch your kid play, you get some foul trouble. It's the only sport that really your kids don't play sometimes because they get in foul trouble. And I thought it would be kind of nice to have a team foul. Each team has a team foul. That way you can use it at any time at the end of the game or whenever you want to. So that kid that gets 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game doesn't have to sit out 15 minutes the first half. And so he can get the 5 fouls. If he fouls out, he's got one team foul to use. And I think it would really help college basketball or any kind of basketball, and it doesn't affect the stats or anything teams have done before.
Point.
And the other thing, I always thought, the 3-point play helps the offense and all this kind of stuff. But I think all jump ball situations, I like to see go to the defensive team. And that way you don't have to have a person on the clock keeping who
gets it next,
it next and stuff. And that saves you that thing to have to handle it in a ball game. But it also, it helps the defense,
rewards the defense.
And I think it's something that could be looked at. And as far as you'd only have one jump ball per game, unless you go into overtime, and unless the jump balls are right on the 47-foot mark at half, and that's going to happen about once a year, if that. So I think that cleans it up a little bit, and maybe gives a little bit of an edge to the defense in certain situations.
Yeah. So to kind of recap, you really would like to see college basketball as a whole step back and just take a longer look at this gambling. Think of some of the repercussions, especially as you said, some of these prop bets. You'd love to see a change where there's a team foul for each team to try to avoid some of this where somebody gets eliminated early and they can't play. And then third, to just reward the defense with jump balls. I think those are the three things that you talked about.
It's just
really like
something I've thought about over the years. And I've talked to a lot of other coaches, especially the thing as a parent, as a whatever, going to watch your kid play and they don't get to play. And like I said, it's the only sport I think that happens to. Mm-hmm. So and it'd be very easy to put that in.
Yeah. So I know you have your 98 team here being recognized. They were runner-ups to Bethel in 1998, obviously. You're going to have a busy weekend. Going to be a great tournament upstairs. We got Our Lady of the Lake and Hope International along with Southern Oregon and Oregon Tech. I think it's one of the better lithias we've had.
Yeah, it's great. It's so much fun. I like to sit on the floor. I sit at the end and get to watch all the stuff underneath. And for some reason, when you sit higher up in the stand, you don't get the same feel. But I really enjoy watching, especially this level of basketball. Sometimes watching Division I, they have a minute and three-quarter TV timeouts and stuff. It seems like they're on the bench all the time. But NAIA basketball is great, and so is major college basketball. But it's I think NAIA is really a lot of fun because it's got more rhythm to the game.
And you can be right on top of the game, as you say. That's what I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Dan, I really appreciate you taking a couple minutes. If you ever want a platform to come on here and talk about these things, just let me know and we'll get you on. I really appreciate you sharing your thoughts.
Well, I thank you for what you're doing for NAIA basketball. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dan. That's Danny Miles.
Obviously, we got cut off a little bit. That's okay. That was Danny Miles, obviously. Thanks, Danny, for giving us that time. And as always, if you ever want a platform, you always have it. Also, we spoke to Brevin Sloup. He played for Concordia a few years back, the Bulldogs. He's a guy who's from Seward, leading scorer at Seward High School, then went on to college, had an All-American career at Concordia. They call him the mayor. I call him the mayor. He's probably the most recognizable face in Seward, Nebraska. He's a type of guy that's one of the main reasons I follow NAIA basketball. Just a really good guy. I was lucky enough to meet him in Kansas City, and we've been friends ever since. I wanted to go back and talk to him what NAIA basketball and being a student athlete meant to his life. I spoke to him one day. I was in a hotel parking lot, so take that into consideration. Brevin Sloup, he was All-American Concordia Bulldogs.
Hey, Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Hey, I got Brevin Sloup on the phone. He was a long time with Concordia Bulldogs. He now has a regular life. Brevin, thanks for being on the show.
Billy D, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure chatting with you. I'm happy to be on.
You know, Brevin, the reason I wanted to have you on, it's been, 5 years, I think, since you graduated. I just want to look back and let you talk a little bit about what it meant to you to be an athlete growing up and what it meant to you to play NAIA basketball. So just remind people where you grew up and where you went to high school. Talk a little bit about your high school career.
Yeah, so I grew up in Seward, Nebraska. So I went to, elementary school, middle school, high school in Seward, and then I had a pretty good career at the high school here in town. I ended up being the all-time career scoring leader in points in a season. So I had a pretty good career in high school, and then I didn't go too far. I went to Concordia, which is also here in town. So I've been in Seward my whole life, and then just getting the opportunity to play at Concordia was awesome. I'm just a hometown guy. Don't like to leave Nebraska, don't like to leave Seward. I love in this small community. It's just been a blessing. Growing up, playing basketball all my life, that was kind of always my goal, my dream. And to be honest, I know a lot of guys always have the goal of wanting to go play at the big Division I schools. And just as I got older and older, I knew I probably wasn't going to be playing at Kansas or North Carolina. So, growing up, going to Concordia games my whole life, that was honestly kind of my dream school. I grew up watching great teams throughout the years, and then just going to camp as a little kid, and then finally being a player and getting the opportunity to coach there after my playing career. It was a super special experience.
So you really never seriously considered any other schools other than Concordia?
I went on a couple other visits, a lot of schools in the GPAC, but I knew if I was going to play at that level, I was definitely going to go play at Concordia. So it was a pretty easy decision. Like I said, when you're growing up, everybody has that desire to play at the highest level. But yeah, if I was going to play at the NAIA level, Concordia was definitely going to be the place I was going to play. So
when you were at Concordia, you guys had a good run. Concordia just seems to be right there every year. Just talk about your experience. I think you played for Coach Limback all 4 years, didn't you?
Yep. So I played under Coach for 4 years. It was a great experience. The first couple years, we struggled a little bit, but then my senior year, we had a good run. As you know very well, we won the GPAC tournament that year, went on to the national tournament. It had been a long time since we made it to the national tournament. Now they're making it every single year, so it's pretty cool to see, just to have a little hand in that to see just the program elevate to where it's at now. But yeah, no, I give so much props to Coach Limback now. He's got the program in such a great spot now, and I'm looking forward to see what they can do.
Well, you and I, that's where you and I first got acquainted. Was you guys were better than expected, and I ruffled a lot of feathers. I picked you guys as the tournament upset. I think you were a 7 seed in your bracket, and you were going to play Ottawa. And that was a game that year that was played. That was that COVID year where it got cut off. And then Ryan Haskins beat you guys on a 3 from the corner. I still say one of my favorite basketball games ever. You came out on the losing end, but Ryan Haskins got that big 3. It was a great basketball game. And just as the game ended, they came onto the court and announced that the tournament was over. So it's just a moment I'll never forget. Just talk a little about that.
Yeah, it was quite the experience. So that was actually the last game that was played at the NAIA tournament, because that was the COVID year. So I know there was talks at halftime. They were thinking about just shutting the game down, but luckily we were able to finish it. And I'm still beat up about that game. I think we were up 15 with like 6 minutes to go or something. and we kind of just went downhill, and we ended up losing. But I'm just super fortunate and thankful that we were able to play the full game and get that experience.
So as you move on now into life, what skills did you learn as an athlete that you think you believe make you a better person and a better citizen, if you will?
Yeah, no, I think, honestly, the thing that I appreciate about my college experience is Concordia, they draw a lot of people from all over the country. So for me, being a small-town kid from Stewart that doesn't like to travel, I mean, there was a lot of different people that I was able to interact with, whether, I mean, guys on the basketball team, football team, baseball team, whatever it might be, but just getting to learn about different people's backgrounds and just learning that their experience might be a little different than mine. I think that's really helped me now being out of school. And I mean, you get that experience outside of not just being at Concordia as well. But I think that's one of my biggest takeaways is just being able to appreciate different people's backgrounds, where they come from, and just being able to relate to people, even if they might think a little bit differently than you. But that's one of my biggest. I feel like I'm very good relating to people, whatever they're involved with, whatever. So that's probably one of my biggest takeaways.
You know, you were talking a moment ago about, you know, small college basketball versus big. You know, a lot of people underestimate the value is not the right word, but the you know, how good NAIA basketball is. Talk about as you started to play it. Was there a little eye-opening period? And what really sticks out in your mind about playing NAIA basketball?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, I mean, honestly, growing up watching, I would go to games, Concordia games, so I was pretty familiar with that level. But I mean, anytime you're a high school kid and like I was able to, I was the all-time lead scorer. You come out of high school thinking you're pretty good, and then you come and first day of practice, your eyes are opened a little bit. I mean, it's just like you said, it's such a high level, and I think one of my biggest takeaways with the NAIA level, I mean, it's just such. And I think you said this before. But just the purity of the love of the game of basketball. I mean, there's no guys getting thousands of dollars to play. Like, a lot of kids are paying to play and go to school just so they can keep playing. So I think just the pure love of the game is very high at that level. And yeah, I mean, you've watched plenty and been a part of it. I mean, the skill level is super high. I mean, the way guys shoot it. I mean, the coaching is very high level. So yeah, I have a great appreciation for this level of basketball.
Let's go back to your senior year for a moment. You talked about winning the GPAC tournament. You had to go to Dakota Wesleyan. That was the year they had, I can't remember, I think it was Ty Oglin's junior year. No, it was his senior year. And they were very highly favored. You were able to win that game. Talk about that.
Oh, that's my greatest basketball experience, hands down. I mean that atmosphere, I've told you multiple times. I mean there was a time at the end of the game where I was shooting free throws, and I'm not kidding you, Billy. The gym was shaking, the rim was shaking, but it was so fun because I mean that's when you grow up shooting in your driveway. That's the environment you want to play in, and I mean I think that's another thing that's underestimated with the NAIA level. I mean the fan support is unbelievable. But yeah, that was by far my highlight, winning on the road, winning the GPAC championship, and playing against a guy like Ty Hogan. I mean, I think he's hands down probably the best player that I've played against. So talented, so gifted. Coach Wilbur, I mean, he's a tremendous competitor. But that was, yes, definitely a memorable night. It was super fun. So.
Yeah, I remember you telling me you looked it up at the it was toward the end of the game, and you looked up at the rim and it was shaking.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
But you need to let everybody know you still made the free throws.
Oh yeah, I made both of them. That's my. I can toot my horn a little bit, yes.
So I know you're still you're still very very connected with Concordia. Do you get around the guys much? Do you still stay connected with the game? How often do you go to the games?
Yeah, Jeff. I mean, me and my wife, we still live in Seward, so I'm around a lot. That's one thing I give Coach Lindback a lot of props. He's so good with the love. I mean, just organizing different events to bring guys back. And I mean, it's obviously easy for me to get back because I'm in town. But yeah, I go and play in the summer with the guys all the time still. So I just really appreciate the access that Coach allows and loves to have just to interact with the guys and connect with the guys. Yeah, so that's pretty special.
So who's a better athlete in your family, you or your wife?
I got to be careful. my wife was she was a soccer player at Concordia, and she holds the record for most career games played and most career starts for the women's soccer program. So she's a pretty high level athlete too. But I don't know. That's up for debate. I don't know.
Yeah. So you and I have already talked about this before, but are your kids going to play basketball or soccer?
I don't know. We just had our first one, little Nick. I don't know. I think if he takes the height of his mom and dad, he might be pretty short. So we'll see.
The deputy mayor has arrived.
That's right.
So I ran my own intelligence there in Nebraska, and I've been assured that Grandpa Sloup is going to make darn sure that he plays basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he'll get a basketball in his hands here pretty quick. He's only 8 months right now, so he's got a little time to go. But
I got one more question. I'm going to let you go. When you graduated, the game ended really sudden for you. How bad do you miss that competition and the excitement and the crowds? Do you miss that and that pressure?
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's one thing when I talk to guys that are playing currently, I mean, it's sometimes hard to not get bogged down with the long. I mean, basketball's a long season, you know that. I mean, it's sometimes it's easy to take it for granted, like, oh, we got another game, got another practice, and that's one thing I try to tell the guys, like that'll be over in an instant, and you could once you graduate, you can go play in an old man league or something, but it's not the same. I mean, playing in front of crowds and good competition and just I really enjoyed. I mean, high stakes of a game, pressure moments, and that's just something you can't get back. So, I mean, for all the guys that are fortunate enough to be playing right now, don't take any practice, any weight session or game for granted, because it goes by quick.
Yeah, I think that's the best advice you can give. I try to give it as an old man, and they don't listen to me because I'm an old man. But you have to savor every moment because it's just gone in an instant. Basketball is a very for the 99% of people. That's a very finite timeline to be able to play competitive basketball. And you think when you're a freshman, it seems like it's going to go on forever, but you might take the court in a game 100 times, and those click down pretty quick. So absolutely,
definitely. Cherish every moment. I mean, like I always tell my wife, I mean, I wouldn't trade my experience for anything, but it's also cool to see. I mean, God has blessed me tremendously throughout my life. Like the stage I'm in now, being a husband, being a father. I mean, I wouldn't trade this stage for anything either. But just enjoy every stage that you're in right now. So talking to the guys that are playing right now, just don't wish that time away. Don't hurry that time because it goes by quick.
Well, Brevin, I really appreciate you taking a couple minutes here on a Saturday morning to talk to me, and I want to thank you for that. And I want to hope that you and your wife and your family have a good day, and I really appreciate it. Make sure you get out to those Bulldog basketball games.
Yeah, I will. It's always good chatting with you, and I always got to give you props. I mean, what you do for NAIA basketball and the coverage you give, it's super, super exciting and special to follow you. So thanks for all you do.
Oh, thank you. Brevin, those words mean a lot to me. But anyway, thank you very much. That's Brevin Sloup from Concordia Bulldogs basketball. He's the old man of the area. Thank you, Brevin.
Thanks, Billy.
Hey, thanks a lot to Danny Miles and to Brevin Sloup. I really enjoy talking to Brevin Sloup, and I also enjoy talking to Danny Miles, but I hope you enjoyed as well. Hey, be back with us tomorrow. I appreciate everybody who listens. Tell your friends, subscribe to Cascade Hoops Talk. Billy D, I'm gone. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAIA school because NAIA basketball is the best entertainment value in America.